Hi everybody, happy Halloween. It is October 31st and we are at the end of our 31 projects in 31 days series. I thought at the beginning I'd be really excited about that, thinking, whew, I'm done. And now I'm a little bit sad. We've been here every day. I only missed one day and that was because I was at my all-day retreat, but I made up for that. And so it's been fun, and I hope that you've enjoyed the Halloween, the fall, the grateful, Thanksgiving type cards, and all the Christmas cards that we've made. I'm working on another series, so hopefully you can join me soon for, I think I'm going to do a 12 days of Christmas, and I am going to try to do that as a craft along, where you can join me and make the things that I'm making. I'm going to finish today with a Christmas card, and we are going to use the Golden Greenery stamp set. Actually, we're not using the stamp set. It's part of the suite. The Golden Greenery suite that has the greetings of the season with dies and stamps, and also this beautiful designer series paper that we're going to use today, along with some gems and some ribbon. It's a beautiful suite. It's also an online exclusive. You probably noticed I like the online exclusives a lot, but I wanted to show those to you because a lot of times people miss those, and so I want to make sure that you find all those hidden gems that are in places where you wouldn't normally look. So let's get going. We're gonna, if you were here for my Christmas in July, you will recognize this card, I think. This is it's a fun fold. We're gonna make a fun fold card. Whoop, my paper is a little bit wonky. Get that straightened out. Sorry about that. Fun fold, and we're gonna make a fun fold. So let's get going. You'll see, actually, the beautiful paper. We start with that. And this paper is gold and green, and I almost became an Old Olive fan because of this paper, because it's so pretty. There is the shiny sides, and then there's the not shiny sides. And so for let's see, this one has the gold and vanilla starburst, and on the back there's just some basic leaves, and I believe those are mistletoe. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's mistletoe. And then there's gold diamonds, which the gold diamonds, you could use that for any occasion. It doesn't even have to be for Christmas because it's so pretty. You could make that an anniversary card. And then there's green, 2 tones of green, mossy meadow, and Old Olive greenery. Bells, gold bells with greenery with gold on those. Those bells can be die cut with the dies that go with the golden greenery dies, so makes it twofold. Green plaid, I'm always a sucker for plaid. Really pretty greenery that's vanilla and gold. And then we have just a green background. Parts of these can also be die cut. There's a die that matches these that you can die cut those. The back is the plain, and if I've been given gold on shiny gold on, I think this is all of it, and then the one we're using today is gold with the greenery also, and then it has vanilla with green polka dots on the back. All right, so yeah, if I've got the greenery or if I've got the gold pieces, I am most definitely going to use the gold. All right, so we are going to make our fun fold. I have my card base, and I have it scored at, I don't even remember actually, 5.5, and let me measure it just to be sure so I don't tell lies. Let's see, let's go this way. 5.5, and oh, it's a 3.5. Okay, all right, I will write those measurements down for you. But so I've got my card scored. I need a regular ruler is what I need. Here we go. There it is. All right. It is scored at 5.5 and 8 and 7/8. So that's kind of a weird one. The 7/8. Anytime there's an 8, I always get nervous when I tell people to cut it at that. Okay, so we're going to have that as our base. It's going to be folded like this, and then this piece is going to fold back like that. So that's how the basic part of the fold will go. Now, we're going to do something a little bit crazy. We're going to mark first. We're gonna mark it at, on this side where the short fold is. I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna mark it at 2 1/8. So 1/8, my cutter is dirty. But the first big line, like this line right here, this is 2, this is 2 1/4. Halfway in between that line is 2 1/8. So I'm gonna slide that up there and I'm just gonna make a pencil mark right at the top. So you can see that, okay? I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna turn it just a little bit. I'm gonna hold that pencil mark right on the track of our card, and then the other side of the track is going to go to the fold line, to that score line on that side, okay? We're just gonna cut that off, and that's gonna be a triangle, okay? Get rid of that, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we're gonna set that aside for just a second. This is the hardest part of the whole card, but it's gonna look like you did a lot of trouble, and you didn't. Okay, so we got that lined up at the score line here, and then all the way to the edge on this side, like the top of the triangle. Okay, cut that out. All right. So we have this flappy piece right here, and that's going to be our card front. Now, while I have my cutter, I have a 4-inch strip. All right, 4-inch. Yes, 4-inch. Actually, I need I think I need 3 1/8. We're going to cut it at 3 1/8. All right. 4 is the sideways. Okay, now I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it at 4. So I have a 3 1/8 by 4-inch panel. That's 1. And then I'm going to do another one, 3 1/8 by 4. I could have done it on the other direction as well, except my pattern would have been the wrong way. Now this one, I need a 2-inch strip for this one. So I'm just going to do that one, and then I'll have a little bit left over. I need to do a card that we can use with scraps because I seem to have a lot of those. All right, so now I have my 3 pieces of designer series paper. They're right here by my trimmer. Okay, now we can get to gluing. Actually, let's stamp first because. All right, so I'm gonna stamp this in Old Olive, and anyone who's been around me for a while knows that Old Olive hasn't been my favorite ink color or my favorite paper, but I'm using it today, and this paper probably was the one thing that convinced me. So here it is. I'm going to use the Greetings of the Season stamp set. It's got a lot of beautiful words that are holiday related. I'm going to use the one, May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration, and this fits perfectly on my square, but I'm turning it on an angle so it's actually going to be a diamond. So I need to scoot it a little bit closer to me just so I can actually see. All right, so if you are watching and you've been watching for more than one day, let me know. Have you enjoyed this series? Has it been something that you look forward to? Have you enjoyed the projects? Let me know what you thought, because that's important. If there's something else you'd like to see, that's also great. But let me know if there's something that you've really enjoyed, because that way I know that 31 days of craziness has been worth it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead. I have an Old Olive square cut for a mat, and I'm going to put my sentiment piece on there. We're going to just be completely ready to glue everything together. Put that on there. All right, that's pretty simple, right? Okay, we've got that, but it looks a little fancier because it's not straight on. It's a diamond. Okay, now let's go ahead and put our designer series paper on. Now, I'm going to start with the vanilla, actually, and the vanilla will be where you write your sentiment, or where you write your whatever you want to say to Aunt Myrtle when you send her your Christmas card. And it's going to go right here on the main piece, which is technically the back, but that's going to be covered. Okay, so you've got that panel, and that'll be where you write, and that's why we cut the skinny one. We're going to put that right here with a little border all the way around that as well. I made 16 my glue may be almost out. 16 cauldrons earlier today. Yes, I think I used all my glue. Let me see if this one will work. If not, I'll run over and get another bottle. My glue is empty. Luckily, I keep a big stash pretty close by right here in my cabinet, so sorry about that. I didn't realize they were both empty. I made 16 cauldrons, Halloween cauldrons, and we put lint truffles in them. And I've taken a couple to, we have the Panera Sip Club, and those ladies at our Panera take care of us. We walk in and they're like, how many do you need today? They know that all three of us have the Sip Club, and we fill those up regularly. So I went this morning and I took to the morning ladies, and then Matt and I will go back later and take them to the evening ladies. So it's fun. I was happy to make something for them. They take care of us literally daily. So, all right. Whoop, I moved it. There we go. All right, so we've got our panel that looks like that. That part is covered. This piece will be uncovered, so you'll be able to see that. Now, we've got two panels that are the same size. Isn't that pretty? The gold. I love this with the gold foil. I made a gift box using this paper, not this paper, the gold and the vanilla. If I have time, I'll show you really quick at the end, which was a fun project. All right, so this piece is gonna go right here on this panel. We're gonna line it up with our vanilla piece so that we have the same size border all the way around. So now the inside and the outside of our card are going to be decorated. And then the last piece is gonna go right here on the front. So we'll get that piece. Using my liquid glue, and I'm not sure if you can see that, but it doesn't take very much. It's not a whole lot. You don't want a big squish of glue because that is gross. All right, and then this piece goes right here. All right. So far, so good. Now you're probably wondering, what about this triangle? That's a little crazy. All right, so we're gonna put our diamond right on the front of our card, and it's gonna fit right here. So half of the diamond is going to be where we attach our card. Okay, where we attach our card front. So we don't wanna put our glue on the back of our diamond. We're gonna put it right on the back of the triangle, because that way we know we got it in the right spot. Like that. Okay, so we've got our glue. Now hold it down so I can get my diamond on there in the right spot. We're just going to line that up with our card edges because it is the right size, and then we'll push that on there. So when you open it, it's going to open like that. And so if you wanted to sit it up, it would sit. You obviously can't see that exactly from your angle, but it would sit up. All right, now we need to embellish it because it's a pretty fancy fold, and it was super simple. You saw me do that. It was one measurement and 2 cuts, and we have the fancy. Now, also in the suite is this beautiful, and beautiful is the only word I can use to describe it, soft satin ribbon. And I'm gonna just tie a bow, and I'm gonna put it right up there. And this ribbon actually is pretty easy to tie bows with, believe it or not. So if Lori can do it, anyone can do it, right? That's what we're gonna go with. I can be your cheerleader. We can make bows together. Okay. Out of 31 days, I don't know how many bows I made. Probably too many. All right, so I've got my bow with my loops. And if I was really good, I would have made it shorter on this end so the tail wasn't so long and I wouldn't waste so much. But my tip for this glue, actually I have 2 tips. It's a little bit heavy. It's not thick, but it's a little bit heavy. So we're gonna use more than one glue dot to attach it. But I have found that the best ribbon or the best cutter for this ribbon is my fabric scissors. They're just bigger and they cut the whole piece. I still didn't do it very well. They cut it all the way across. When I use my short scissors or my paper snips, they're too short and it makes it a little bit crooked. So I'm just gonna cut that right across there, and that's perfect. So if you have a pair of fabric scissors, it works the best with this ribbon. Okay, and then usually I use one glue dot on the back of a bow, but it's, like I said, it's a little bit heavy. So I'm gonna put 2 on the back of this one, and I'm just gonna lay it on there. And I'm gonna put it kind of to one side, like that. And then I'm gonna scoot it over and do another one on the other side of that knot back there. And we're just gonna put that right at the top of our diamond. Like that, and then the tails come out. Ta-da. This piece right here, I can't get to lay the way I want it to, but there it goes. Okay, so we have our bow. Now, the only other thing that we need to add is the next embellishment, which are also super fun. They were so popular, they sold out. Imagine that. Cherry cobbler and clear pearl adhesive-backed berries. And so I'm not going to use the red berries because those really aren't the best color for this, but I'm going to use the clear ones. And so we've got the little groups of 3 that look like holly berries, and I've lifted those up with my take your pick tool because that's the easiest, I think. And put some right there. And then I think I'll use some single ones on the other side. Let's go there and there. So there's a grouping of 3 in the red and the clear and the pearl, and then single. And so there you have it. We have a beautiful Christmas card with green and gold, and I still pulled on my ribbon and messed it up. There we go. All right. Ta-da. There we have the fun fold. Christmas greetings. If you wanted to say Merry Christmas on the inside, you absolutely could, but there's plenty of room for you to write for your family or yourself, however you'd like to do that. So, thank you again for watching me this month. The whole month of October we've been together, and I so appreciate that. I'm looking forward to 12 days of Christmas, and if you are available on Tuesdays, I always do lunch with Lori on Tuesdays at 11:30, and next week I will be doing the Sentimental Wishes bundle, which will be my upcoming class. So you get a sneak peek at my upcoming class so you'll know what's going on. So thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, be sure to sign up for my email list so you know what's going on when you know that when my classes are, and just know that I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much. Have a great Halloween.